Sometimes you don't want to cry, but your eyes still get heavy. You don't want to get angry, but your chest starts burning. You don't want to feel jealous, but something inside tightens. And then people say, control your emotions. Be practical. Don't be weak. So what do? You suppress. You act normal. You smile. You say, I'm fine, but you're not fine. And slowly, something inside you starts dying. Here's the truth no one tells you. Emotional control does not mean emotional suppression. In fact, suppression is emotional immaturity wearing a mask of maturity. When you suppress anger, it becomes resentment. When you suppress sadness, it becomes numbness. When you suppress fear, it becomes anxiety. You didn't control it, you just pushed it underground. And anything buried alive comes back stronger. Real emotional intelligence is not about killing emotions. It's about understanding them. Let's go deeper. Every emotion has 3 layers. First, sensation. Before anger becomes words, it is heat in the chest. Before sadness becomes tears, it is heaviness in the throat. Before fear becomes overthinking, it is a tight stomach. Second, story. Your mind attaches a meaning. He disrespected me. I'm not good enough. What if I fail? Third, reaction. You shout, you withdraw, you overthink, you shut down. Most people try to control the reaction. Emotionally intelligent people intercept at the story level. This is where power begins. The ancient wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita explains something powerful. The mind reacts when it identifies too deeply with passing experiences. You are not the emotion. You are the observer of the emotion. Let that sink in. When anger arises, instead of saying, I am angry, say, anger is arising. That one shift creates space, and space is control. Think about this. If a wave hits the ocean, does the ocean panic? No, because the ocean knows the wave is part of it, but not its entirety. Right now, most people think they are the wave. Emotionally intelligent people know they are the ocean. Let's make this practical. Imagine someone insults you. Emotionally immature reaction. Immediate attack. Ego defense. Tone rises. Emotional suppression reaction. Silence. Fake smile. Internal explosion later. Emotionally intelligent reaction. Pause. Observe sensation. Ask internally, why did this trigger me? Respond based on values, not impulse. That pause is the difference between power and slavery. Modern psychology calls this emotional regulation. Neuroscience shows your amygdala fires first, survival mode. But when you pause, your prefrontal cortex activates, rational decision mode. That tiny pause literally shifts control from primitive brain to evolved brain. You're not becoming emotionless, you're becoming aware. There's another dangerous misunderstanding. People think being emotionally strong means not crying. Wrong. Strength is the capacity to feel deeply without drowning in what you feel. A weak person avoids emotions. An unstable person explodes emotions. A mature person processes emotions. Processing means you sit with the feeling, you name it, you understand its message, you choose your action consciously. Because every emotion is a messenger. Anger says, something feels unfair. Sadness says, something mattered. Fear says, something feels unsafe. Jealousy says, something reveals your desire. Instead of killing the messenger, decode the message. Now let's talk about detachment. Detachment does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop attaching your identity to outcomes. You can love deeply without losing yourself. You can feel anger without becoming violent. You can feel sadness without collapsing. How? By separating feeling from identity. You are not your anger. You are not your heartbreak. You are not your fear. They are weather patterns passing through your inner sky. If you try to block the sky, it suffocates. If you let the weather pass, it clears naturally. Suppression stores energy. Awareness releases it. That's why people who suppress for years suddenly explode. They didn't control emotions. They accumulated pressure. Real control looks calm on the outside and aware on the inside. It is not dramatic. It is not loud. It is stable, and stability is attractive. Emotionally intelligent people don't react instantly. They respond intentionally. They don't say everything they feel. They understand everything they feel. There's a big difference. Here's a simple practice. Next time emotion hits, don't distract yourself. Don't justify it. Don't judge it. Just observe it for 90 seconds. Neuroscientists say most emotional chemical waves pass in about 60 to 90 seconds if you don't feed them with thoughts. But when you replay the story, you restart the wave. So, control the story, and you control the intensity. You don't need to kill emotions. You need to outgrow your impulsive relationship with them. Emotional intelligence is not about being cold. It's about being conscious, and consciousness is power. Imagine this version of you. Someone provokes you, you smile calmly. Someone leaves you, you feel pain, but you don't lose self-respect. You fail, you feel disappointment, but you analyze and move forward. That is emotional mastery. Not numbness, not aggression, not suppression, clarity. And clarity creates freedom. Because the moment your emotions stop controlling your actions, you become dangerous in the best way possible, stable, focused, unshakable. And here's the final truth. The goal is not to have fewer emotions. The goal is to have more awareness. Emotions are energy. Intelligence is direction. Without direction, energy becomes chaos. With direction, energy becomes power. So don't kill your emotions. Train them, understand them, lead them. Because the person who can handle their inner storms can handle any outer storm. And that is real emotional intelligence.